Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. If you're new here, hi, I'm Liv. I am a Colorado makeup artist and I love everything related to makeup and beauty. My job is to make you feel as beautiful on the outside as you are on the inside. I love discussing makeup, trying new products, and teaching all of the tips and tricks that I have learned throughout my own makeup journey. And today, I don't know about you, but I am still a little iffy on what kind of makeup I want to do for Christmas. So today I thought we could do just a fun tutorial if you're wanting to play with some glitter. I love glitter. I know it's a pain to take off, but sometimes it's just that extra level. Take your makeup up a notch. So today, that's what we're going to do. Before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button. It means so much to me, and we'll get going. I have good news and I have bad news. The bad news is that the only glitter that I own is from a palette that is no longer being sold. It's out of the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals palette. Unfortunately, that's just the only glitter that I have. The good news is there's tons of glitter out there that you can purchase. That's drugstore and high-end. You don't have to specifically use this palette. Unfortunately, if you don't have this palette already, you can't get it. So that's the good and bad news. I apologize. And if you have any good recommendations for different glitters, please let me know in the comments. I would love to expand my glitter collection. Normally, I would say to do your eyes first playing with glitter, but because I know how this glitter works really well, I'm okay with doing my base makeup first. So that's what we're going to do. I'm still testing out some of the products from my Sephora haul back in November. Don't worry, I have a review coming up, but we're going to use the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder. And I'm just going to place it in all of the areas that I want to smooth out and add a little bit of extra coverage. I am actually really enjoying this product. I do think I want to get the universal shade to add it to my kit. For foundation, I'm actually going to go and use my Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. I tested this out in the beginning of the spring, and I really enjoyed it, but I got caught up with my Makeup Forever HD foundation, and I haven't really used it since. And I was looking through some older videos, and I was like, man, I should try this one. So I purchased it in the spring, so the shade might be a little off. Actually, I think blended out, that will just be fine. That will work. I'm just going to use what's left on my hand. I picked it up with my sponge, and I'm just going to press everything into my skin and just blend out any brush strokes. For concealer, I'm still using my Huda Beauty Faux Filter. I did end up picking up a second shade. I originally picked up Honey in the Sephora sale, but I really enjoyed it, so I picked up Meringue a little while ago. And now I'm using Meringue because it matches me just a touch better than Honey. Honey is just a little too light. I know the claims on this concealer are a little odd because it's considered luminous matte, but I think it works really well. It's not too luminous to make you feel shiny in an area under your eyes where you don't typically want to be shiny, but it's hydrating enough where it doesn't make your face look super flat matte. I think it's just a really good combination, and I think it works really nicely. It wears nicely. My last video was about revisiting some of my 2021 favorites, and I actually really enjoyed these Cosmetics So Soft bronzers in that video, so I want to use them again just because I forgot about them. And then my makeup turned out beautiful in that video. So this is the shade Terra, which is a little bit more of that contoury shade with a little more gray to it. And I like to place that one like right in the hollow of my cheek. The nice thing about these bronzers is if you mess up or you get a little too heavy-handed, it is so easy to blend and like take down. These are really beginner friendly just with how easily they blend. I'm going to use this shade Summer now. This is my most used shade out of the two because it is definitely warmer. And I don't always use the Terra shade because it is more contoury and I'm not always contouring. But Summer's the warmer shade for lighter tones. There are also two darker shades for deeper skin tones. I just don't have them, but I think they're gonna be on my buy list because I think I want to add these to my kit. I really enjoy them. And then I'm just gonna use my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder to set everything. So I made sure to get the creases out from under my eyes before I'm setting. That way I didn't set any creases. And then I also am using this powder to just set my whole face. And I will take that powder and actually set the cream bronzers as well. I'll go right over it. And then to make sure I didn't put too much powder on, I'm going to take my sponge and go over it everywhere, and this will help pick up any excess powder. I learned this trick from Allie Glines. This is how she picks up any excess powder, and I always feel like her makeup looks stunning. I do feel like I lost a little bit of pigmentation, so I'm just going to touch up with a little bit of powder bronzer. This is from my Patrick Ta. It's the Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. Now, if you don't think you lost any pigmentation, you don't have to use a second bronzer at all. It's totally a preference thing. So I am feeling a little bit more of a pinky eye look today. So I'm going to go in with my Cosmetics Heaven's Glow Blush. This is in the shade Magic Hour. These Cosmetic blushes are some of my favorite. I just put them in my 2022 favorites. I've had them for quite a while, but they never actually made it into a favorites video. But they just have the most beautiful glow to them. So if you don't want to use a highlight, you definitely don't have to. I kind of am feeling like I do want a little bit more of a glow today though. So I'm going to go into my Natasha Denona Glam Face Palette and use this highlight. Yeah, just like an extra pop. So this is the base makeup. I'm going to set it with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Alright, let's dive into eyes. I'm going to prime my eyes with my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I have hooded eyes, so this helps the eyeshadow not crease so bad in that hooded crease area. But just in general, if you don't have hooded eyes or you have a very small hood, eyeshadow primer just helps make your eyeshadow last longer. You don't have to use it, but it does help with longevity. So again, the only glitters that I have are out of my Tati Beauty palette, which is this row right here. And because this palette's no longer available, I'm only going to use the glitter out of this palette. For the rest of the eyeshadows, I'm going to be diving into my Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eye palette and my Natasha Denona Retro palette. I'm really leaning towards using that pink glitter because I think it's stunning. So I picked up the Retro palette because it's got some of those darker pinks, which would match that glitter really well. But it doesn't have any neutrals, so that's why I pulled out my Ethereal Eye palette, because if we need a neutral, then I got this one. So actually to start, I think I'm going to go into this shade right here. And I'm going to place it above my crease, like my real crease above it. And it will sort of be a transition color. It is a pretty light brown, so just build it up to the intensity that you want it. And now I'm going to actually dive into the Retro palette. I'm going to go to this shade, which is called Go Go. And I'm actually just going to use the same brush because those colors are going to mix anyways. And I'm going to stamp that one more so in my crease and blend it up into that transition shade. But this will start to add some of the pink that I have been wanting to reach into. I'm going to dip a little bit back into this color and just transition them a little bit better. And I'm kind of just switching the sides. So I've got the brown on the one side and then the pink on the other side. Now I'm going to dip into the shade, which is called Amora. And I'm using a different brush. Don't worry, I don't use the same brushes for all the colors. Just a smaller kind of pointed flat brush. And this is going to be our lid color. It's a hair deeper than Go Go. It's got a little more purple to it. And it's just for the lid. So I'm going to stop it before it comes out of my crease area. That way when my eyes are open, you're not going to see it up. And then if you do want to blend it a little bit more, you can dip back into that Go Go shade and just go right along the edge of the Amore shade and blend it. Now I know what you're thinking, like you said this was going to be Christmas inspired. Yes, you can totally wear pink for Christmas, but you can totally do this kind of look with any color you want. You could do it with browns, you could do it with blacks, you could do it with blues, you could do it with greens, you could do it with reds. I personally was just more in a pinky mood. I haven't used pink in a while. I've been a very brownish neutral type of channel lately and I wanted to add some color, but red is not my favorite color and neither is, well, green actually is one of my favorite colors, but not on my eyes. I wanted to use pink today. I don't really know why, but I did. Now, sometimes you might want to add like a shimmery shade, which is totally fine. In fact, why don't we use this shade, which is called Helio. This is definitely one of my favorite shades in this palette. And I'm just going to place it right over that Amore shade. You could use a brush to apply your shimmer shades. I tend to think the payoff is a little bit better using my finger. And then I'm just going to use our blending brush here to blend that so it's not such a harsh line from matte to shimmer. And I really didn't take that shimmer shade up too high. Like, it might barely pop out of my crease. So when my eyes are open, you can just slightly see it. And then I am going to use that Go-Go shade again on a very small brush to place it on my lower lash line. And I'm going to make sure it connects to the top area up here. And I'm going to use that shade from corner to corner. Now let's dive into the fun part. So this is the shade Poet in the glitter formula. Now, most glitters require a glitter glue, which I do have, but the good thing about this particular glitter formula is that you don't need a glitter glue. It will just stick to your eyes and stay there all day. So I apply this kind of glitter exactly the way I would apply shimmer shades, just with my finger. This itself is a very beautiful, kind of smokier, purpley look. And then glitter is just going to like level up. We're just gonna notch it up a little bit. And you can really pack on glitter, or you can kind of spread it out. For this look, I'm kind of spreading it out and I'm taking it up pretty high. That way when my eyes are open, you will fully be able to see the glitter. So glitter does have a little bit of fallout. That's totally fine. I was comfortable doing my face first because I know this glitter is like super easy to kind of sweep away. Some glitters, once it's stuck to your skin, it's there. You can always kind of touch up too, like in any sparse sections. So I wanted to zoom you in a little bit, that way you could fully see the glitter. And I feel like it just really leveled up my makeup, my eye makeup in particular. But it's just a super pretty extra something for your eyes. And then to finish it off, I'm just going to go into this highlight again for an inner corner highlight. So I did add some lashes. I'm currently going through a phase where a lot of my inner lashes have grown out and fallen out. So they're really like short and stubby. So I'm dabbling into some lashes. These are just Ardell Wispies. They're supposed to be super natural, and I feel like they are. And I feel like they also completed the look, because glitter is more of a more glamorous type of product, so it kind of fits to use some more intense lashes. For lips, I'm going to be using my Juvia's Place lip liner. This is in the shade Love Me. It's one of their luxe liners. I am still sticking with the pink theme, and then for lipstick we're going to be using the Dior Rouge Forever Nude Look. This is in the shade 100. I actually got this product trying to find the perfect transfer proof lipstick for my wedding. Purchased it, haven't used it, so here we go. Okay, I think that was a perfect lip combo. Who would have guessed? A Juvia lip liner and a Dior lipstick. This is stunning, by the way, and it applied so smoothly and creamy. But here's our finished look. I am feeling quite glamorous today, and I'm happy with it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. This was more of a tutorial on just how to do some pretty easy, glamorous type of makeup for maybe your Christmas, maybe New Year's, or just a special event that you wanted to just level up a little bit, and glitter is definitely one way to do that. And then I do have a little tip on adding falsies. Just because I added them today, I learned that typically people use a liner to conceal the lash band, but don't forget to take your liner like all the way in to your inner corner. That way it doesn't look like just black stops. The way it looks like the whole lid was lined. Just a little tip that I learned, that I picked up from Rose and Ben Beauty. She does tutorials, and I'm not gonna lie, I learned a lot of tips and tricks from her, so happy to pass those along. I hope you enjoy glitter as much as I do. I hope you enjoy feeling as glamorous as I do, and this helps you in some sort of way. I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas. It's a wonderful time of year to spend time with your family, your friends, people who mean and support a lot to you. Enjoy your holiday time. I hope you guys aren't having to work too much, but other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so very much. Don't forget to ring the bell and hit all on your notifications. You'll be notified every time I post a video. I am here twice a week, and I will see you in the next video. So in the meantime, be natural, be beautiful, and be you.